At 5 with the latest on the Massachusetts Air Guardsman suspected of leaking top-secret documents.
21-year-old Jack Teixeira remains in custody and will be for at least the next 2 weeks. His legal team made a last-minute request to delay his detention hearing today, about an hour and a half prior to when it was supposed to start.
SHIINA LOSCIUTO was in the courtroom and has the newest information from Boston.
The 21-year-old had his second court appearance today, not even a week after he was arrested, while top officials continue asking questions.
21-year-old Jack Teixeira remains in custody with U.S. Marshals tonight, 6 days after this scene played out at his family home in Dighton. Authorities say Teixeira is suspected of leaking top-secret documents, accused of taking them home and taking pictures, then posting them to social media. A member of the Massachusetts Air National Guard, court documents say Teixeira had top security clearance, something that requires him to sign a lifetime non-disclosure agreement.
I think as that investigation unfolds, we're all going to learn a lot about exactly what happened and how it happened.
Teixeira is charged with unauthorized transmission of defense materials and unauthorized retention and removal of classified documents. Teixeira briefly faced a judge today in Boston, where cameras are not allowed inside, wearing an orange jumpsuit. Each seat was filled, one of them by Jack's father. He had no comment leaving. A detention hearing was initially scheduled for today to determine whether or not Teixeira stays behind bars, but that was delayed at the request of the defense.
And that detention hearing will happen in just about 2 weeks or so. The judge, defense, and the prosecutors just need to agree on a date. Reporting in Boston, I'm SHIINA LOSCIUTO, 12 News.
An update tonight on the National Guard member from Dighton accused of leaking highly classified documents.
Tonight, Jack Teixeira remains in the custody of U.S. Marshals. His detention hearing was delayed following a last-minute move by his attorneys.
But he still went before a federal judge for a preliminary hearing. 12 News reporter SHIINA LOSCIUTO was at Boston federal court today and tells us what happened.
The allegations have made worldwide headlines and raised a lot of questions. And while the suspect had a brief court appearance in Boston today, there weren't many answers.
Inside a Boston federal courtroom Wednesday, the 21-year-old Massachusetts Air National Guardsman accused of leaking top-secret Pentagon documents faced a judge. The suspect, Jack Teixeira from Dighton, is at the center of the investigation. This was the suspected leaker's second court appearance since his arrest 6 days ago. Inside the courtroom, where cameras are not allowed, Teixeira wore an orange jumpsuit and sat between his two lawyers. A detention hearing was initially scheduled for today, but was delayed for about 2 weeks. That hearing will ultimately decide whether or not Teixeira will be in custody as he awaits his trial. Last Thursday, federal agents moved in on his Dighton home. Authorities accused Teixeira of allegedly printing documents, taking them home, and posting them to a social media site, Discord. 12 News has confirmed Teixeira is in the custody of the U.S. Marshals, though a spokesperson declined to say where exactly he's being held. Questions have been raised nationwide, up and down the command chain, as to what kind of motive the suspect had or what measures are in place to prevent this.
Look, the president has taken this matter very seriously to the point where he asked the military to do a couple of things, the military and the intelligence community to do a couple of things, to run a high priority senior level interagency process focused on understanding what happened.
And that detention hearing will happen in just about 2 weeks or so. The judge, defense, and the prosecutors just need to agree on a date. Reporting in Boston, I'm SHIINA LOSCIUTO, 12 News.